I let my sister-in-law host the shower she signed me up for. So I'm due in March, and my sister-in-law Danielle called me back in October like it was already decided. I'm throwing your baby shower, I already picked the date. Don't worry about a thing. I hadn't asked her. Honestly, I'd kind of assumed my mom or my best friend would do it, but Danielle got there first, and she's married to my husband's brother, and I didn't want to start a whole thing 5 months pregnant. So I said, okay, thank you. That's really sweet. She said, you just show up and be glowing. I've got the rest. For a few weeks it was fine. She made a group chat with all the women in the family and my friends. She sent out these cute invitations. She asked me my colors, my snack preferences, whether I wanted games. I told her I hated shower games and she said, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I let it go. Then the registry thing happened. I'd already made a registry at Target. Danielle messaged me privately and said, hey, so I set up a registry through my site. It's way easier for everyone. Just send people to that one. I asked what she meant by her site. She said she'd started doing a little home business and her platform had a baby registry feature and it would be so much smoother. I said I already had one set up. She said, right, but this one gives me points, so it's a win-win. I remember reading that and going, I asked my husband about it. He said Danielle had gotten into one of those sell-from-home things over the summer, candles and skincare, and she'd been quiet about it because his brother thought it was embarrassing. I said, is she trying to use my baby shower to sell candles? He said, no, she wouldn't do that. I wanted to believe him. 2 weeks before the shower, she sent the group chat a message. Reminder, to help cover costs, if everyone could Venmo me $25, that would be amazing. Food and decor add up. My aunt texted me on the side. Is this normal? I've never been asked to pay to attend a shower. I hadn't been told about any of it. I called Danielle. I said, are you charging people to come to my shower? She said, it's just a little contribution. Hosting is expensive. I said, you offered to host. She said, and I am hosting. I'm doing all the work. The least people can do is chip in. I let that go too. I keep telling you I let things go. That's the whole problem. The day of, I walked in and it was not a baby shower. It was tables. Card tables around the whole room with her products laid out on them. Candles, little jars, order forms. There was a banner that said her business name bigger than anything about the baby. She had an easel with a slideshow running. My cake was on a side table shoved by the kitchen. She clapped her hands and said, okay everyone, before we celebrate the baby, I just want to take 15 minutes to share something that changed my life. And she launched into her pitch. To my friends, to my grandmother. She said, and the best part is, every purchase today earns points toward the baby's registry, so you're really giving twice. My mom looked at me across the room like, do something. Can I say something to everybody? She smiled, thinking I was going to thank her. I said, nobody Venmo her anything. The $25, ask for it back. There is no cost to cover. This is a home she didn't rent and food half of you brought. The room went dead quiet. Danielle said, what are you doing? I said, the registry she gave you goes to her account, not mine. The real one is at Target. My mom has the link. Danielle said, you are humiliating me at my own event. I said, it's not your event, it's my shower. You signed me up for it, remember? You said just show up and be glowing. I said, so I showed up. She said, after everything I did for you, I picked my cake up off the side table and set it in the middle of the room where it should have been. Then let's have a shower. I said. Danielle hasn't spoken to me since, but my grandmother got her $25 back and used it to buy the crib.